Forward, so you've got a nice fair base to support, yeah. How does that feel?
That's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And if you can, like I say, get that spare hand back and really pull.
How long we holding that?
So with this one again, if it's really, really tight, 3 times 30 seconds. If it's not too bad, 3 times 15 seconds before you go running will be good.
Use pillows.
Yeah, so a cushion, a pillow, just make sure you've got plenty of protection under your knee. You don't want you damaging your knees in the process, yeah, and obviously make sure that you're properly balanced. Last thing we want is you coming off balance in a stretch and then tweaking a muscle. So that front foot needs to be nice and flat on the floor, yeah? So remember, if you're getting all the stretch by arching your lower back, you're not doing it properly. We need to brace our stomach muscles up and keep a nice straight back while we're doing it. And again, ask yourself the question, is one side tighter than the other? If it is, spend more time on the tight side. Okay, and relax. There is an alternative to that. Just remove these. Right, so just give you a quick demo of that. So what we can do, and you can do this, so for example, on race day, the rehab guys will have a load of treatment tables out in their tent, so you can probably use those for this. At home you can just use bed, sofa, table, work surface, whatever. Get yourself in this position, so I've got this foot on the floor supporting me, this hand supporting me, and then from there I'm just going to get hold of my ankle and pull my heel into my bum again, and just push my hip into the table, yeah? And that'll give you a similar effect. Not quite as effective as being able to get both hands on the ankle, but probably a little bit more comfortable. And for you guys on race day, a bit more doable, yeah? Okay? So really, we're just about there. The last thing we're going to want to do is a little bit of mobilisation work and a little bit of warm-up work before you actually go out and do any running. So to mobilise your ankles, if you just stick your mats on there for me, we'll stay down here as we need to warm up. Dead simple drill to get your ankles moving. All you're going to do, so I'm focusing on this front foot, yeah? Back foot can come off the floor and can move freely. I'm going to put my hands on the wall and I'm going to transfer my weight as I rock forward through this front ankle, okay? So it's just this kind of movement. And what I'm trying to do is find a position in which my heel's trying to come off the floor and I'm having to fight quite hard to keep my heel on the floor with my knee touching the wall, yeah? Okay? The important thing with this is, if I'm watching you from behind, your foot needs to be in a straight line. It shouldn't be here or here, okay? It's a dead straight line. Also, your knee needs to be travelling straight over your toes, okay? So here, rather than swinging round and cheating. So if you're a pronator or if you've got tight calves, your leg's going to try and do that. So we want you just travelling straight ahead. Yeah? And again, if you've got tightness on one side, stick 20 reps in. If one side's loose, 10 or 15 reps will do, yeah? But this is a really, really key one before you start running, just to make sure your ankle is as loose as possible. So have a go at that. For a true picture, fellas, doing it without trainers with bumped up heels on is better, ladies. So doing it like barefoot, for example, will give you a clearer idea. Right, a little bit more. So trying to get that knee to actually touch the wall. really good preparation for running this. Obviously we're transferring weight, body weight through that joint, which is exactly what's going to happen when you get out there and start running. So that's it, you've got to keep that front heel down again. So if it's coming up, move yourself a little bit closer to the wall. Well done, guys. If the heel, remember you're trying to fight that heel, keep it down. Pretty important as well with this one, if you've got one side that's a lot tighter than the other, that you spend a lot of time on it. Because ultimately when you're out running, if one ankle moves freely and the other one doesn't, it's going to create a lot of rotational stress which will get shunted up through your hips, and that's going to cause you an injury problem long term. So you do need to spend more time on that tight side there. Right, I'll show you a couple of last minute warm-up exercises you can do and then you're pretty much good to go. Okay, so we just wander back over here.